I've packed everything up and I'm on the road to my next hostel. It's about 10 a.m. I'm a little bit disappointed because we went out and we got dinner in Tagazu the other night, and I was like, okay, perfect, I'll get a pizza, I'll eat half of it, I can save the other half because at my next hostel I only have breakfast, I don't have lunch and dinner, and I'm cheap, so the less I can buy the better. And I had my entire half of the pizza, and then two Australian girls were like, here, we have 2 pieces of our pizza left, you can just throw it in with yours and keep it. And I was like, okay, perfect. So I did that, and I go to get my pizza box this morning. 2 pieces are completely gone. It's just the crust. Who leaves the crust? Why do I need to know you ate my pizza? And then 2 other slices have a bite taken out of it. I don't know who did that. At first I was like, oh, maybe the Australian girls just meant like they could put their pizza in with my pizza and it would be fine. And I was like, okay, understandable. But the 2 random pieces with bites out of it? What? So I threw it away, but I'm kind of irritated. I don't know who did that. And there were these 2 Swiss girls who put beers in the fridge, and then their 5 beers magically disappeared, and then the same thing happened to my pizza. So I'm a little like, I wonder who's doing that. I walked for about half an hour on the side of a busy main road. Now I'm up in the hills of like the subdivision type area. I'm actually the most nervous to try to find the location. There aren't really addresses on the houses, so I'm hoping there's just a big sign, but we'll see. I'm supposed to get there in 10 minutes. When will I actually find the place? Unclear. I made it to the location it shows on the map, and it's just the National Office of Electricity and Drinkable Water, which is obviously not a hostel. So I'm gonna give myself 45 minutes to wander around and try to find it. Google Maps says I'm here, and then I'm just gonna book something else because I'm not wandering the streets of Morocco at night. So we'll see. I looked around for about 15 minutes, but I'm very confident it is not there. There's literally nothing except the one building there. So when I type the name of the hostel that I'm staying at into Google Maps, it tells me that I'm 45 minutes in the direction I just walked to get here. So we're gonna try that. Maybe they just wrote down the wrong address, or maybe when I put the address in Google Maps it's wrong. So we're gonna do the walk back, and then if that doesn't work, I'm gonna go to the beach and figure things out. But this is why we do things like this early, because it's not even noon yet. So I'm like, okay, if this doesn't work out, I have plenty of time to figure out what I'm doing before it gets dark and scary. It's currently 12:15 in the afternoon. I walked almost an hour all the way back down to where my hostel from this morning was at. I found a place, walked in, was like, okay, like, I'm ready to check in. They were like, not here, you're not. The guy was like, okay, it's all the way back in the town that I just went to. I was like, I checked and there was nothing. So, gonna take a break, going to head to the beach and try to sort some things out from there. I have a phone number that I can call for this place. I'll try that. I'll try to email them. If I'm not getting a response back, I'm just gonna take the L and book somewhere else, because this kind of quickly turned into a bit of a scary experience. Just that I don't have much food on me and I don't have local currency. I'm hoping to take my euros and go to a place and exchange my euros for currency instead of having to take an out-of-network ATM fee with my debit card. I don't have that quite sorted out yet, so I don't have local currency, I don't really have food, just a little stressful. It's 3:15, I've been at the beach long enough to read half of my book, and I think I've come to the conclusion that I just got scammed, which is fine. The new game plan is I found a hostel that's a comparable price, and I'll only be charged a $10 cancellation fee for the other one. So whatever, that's not an insane amount to pay. So I'm gonna swing by the other hostel just to make sure it exists, and then I'm gonna go convert my euros to dirhams, because this hostel only takes cash and I don't have local currency, as we established earlier. and then I'll go back to the hostel and actually check in. And then I think I'm just gonna chill because between all the wandering around this morning, I walked almost 6 miles, and then I've just like been baking in the hot sun all day. So I'm gonna do nothing and probably just finish my book. Leaving the beach now, we have 4 legs to this journey. Number 1, stop by the hostel, make sure it exists. Number 2, get cash in the local currency. Number 3, book the hostel. Number 4, actually go there, pay, get settled and sorted. Okay, I got my local currency. I had to call my bank, and I think I know where my hostel is, but I'm not 100% sure. I like matched it up based on the windows and the exterior, but I'm like 3 seconds away from crying, and this has just been an extraordinarily stressful day. Update, I walked into 2 places that I probably should not have walked into. One looked like a construction zone, and then I called the owner, and now they're sending someone to come get me. I have officially made it. I don't see an outlet anywhere, but I think my game plan is to take a shower and then go to bed the second it's a semi-reasonable time. I'm exhausted. Good morning! It is almost 11 a.m. I woke up at about 10:30, was in the hostel long enough to brush my teeth and get changed, and then I immediately headed to the beach. We're just gonna spend the day chilling at the beach. So I'll do the beach today and I'll do the town tomorrow. So this is my last relaxing beach day. Looking forward to it. It's about 1:45 and I just finished my book, so I think I'm gonna get in the water for a little bit, re-sunscreen, and then listen to my audiobook. It's 4:30. I've decided I'm gonna head back to the hostel, get there like 5-ish, and then I think I'm gonna boil the water. My host told me the water was fine to drink from the tap, but I just know in Morocco in some places it's not, and we're only like 15 minutes away from the place that I was staying at where you couldn't drink it from the tap. So I'm just a little bit worried about it, so I'm just gonna boil water and then put it in my water bottle and put it in the fridge, so I'll feel a little bit better about it. I think the rest of my plan is basically just to sit and work and maybe finish my audiobook today. It's about 11 now and I'm walking into Tagazout. Originally, Google Maps said it was going to be close to a 2-hour walk, but this morning it said it was only going to be a little over an hour, so I was pleasantly surprised with that. It's almost 2 p.m. I found a beach and I've just been hanging out and listening to my podcast. I figured while I'm sitting here, I could give you guys a haul of what I bought. Obviously, we have this top. Then for my boyfriend's mom and sister, I bought these 2 little pouchettes. I figure you can put like a lip gloss and a wallet in there and throw it in your purse. And then, because my favorite hobby is collecting breakable things, this ball. Solid haul. It's about 9 p.m. and I've just been chilling, but it is time for me to pack and head to bed because I have an early morning tomorrow. It's 10 p.m. and I'm at least laying down, if not headed to bed. It's about 6 a.m. and I'm realizing I probably should have done a little bit more planning. I got the InDrive app and I just assumed I would order it like an Uber in the morning. And then I got there and and there were only like 3 drivers that were available, and you put how much money you were willing to pay, and then they put if they accept it or not. And I kept putting money and they kept not accepting it, and then I'm on Reddit and Reddit's telling me apparently these cars aren't allowed to go to the airport. So then I'm putting it to an address close to the airport and figuring I'll walk the rest of the half hour. Then I was like, okay, what about a taxi? They're everywhere. No, there's not a single taxi anywhere here. So I'm like, okay. And then apparently I could have pre-ordered a taxi, but only if it was 3 hours ahead of time. And it was so dark when I first got outside, and I was so nervous. So I was sitting in a parking lot of a gas station, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? But luckily I have 300 Moroccan dirhams. That's how much he said he would accept. I'm like, perfect, don't extort me, because that's literally all I have. But I'm just ready to get to the airport and be done. I decided, because it's only 7:30 and I'm already starving, that I should probably get food because I won't be home until like 3 p.m. So I got a cold chicken sandwich. Oopsie. I'm back in France. The flight wasn't too bad. I slept for like an hour and a half of it, and I journaled for the rest of it. So I'm journaled through my Morocco trip, feeling great. I also edited my vlogs, feeling good about that. It was a very productive plane ride. I'm in the midst of getting my moving out stuff figured out, and it's proving to be a pain. Just have to get through that now. Okay, I have officially made it home. Let's recap. Morocco was simultaneously my favorite and least favorite solo trip. It was the most relaxing and the most stressful at different points. Staying at the surf camp was lovely. Learning to surf was a little iffy. Once I got along with my instructor, things were better. That whole fiasco of finding a hostel was incredibly stressful. And then this morning, not trying to ride to the airport was also incredibly stressful. But I can't say I didn't do those things to myself in some capacity. So how much of that is really Morocco's fault and how much of that is really my fault? Overall, I am desperate to go back. I'm gonna drag everyone I know with me. It was incredible, it was beautiful, I loved it so much. I think the scarf that I bought is my favorite thing that I have purchased. I'm looking at the purple things I've purchased and I'm like, oh, I think there might be a theme. I think it was a different experience that I was there for the full 9 days. Normally when I travel, I'm only in a city for about 3 days before I leave and move on to the next city or country. So I think it was a different experience, that this time I felt a little bit more settled. I had the full 9 days. I think it felt more like a vacation, and like I really got to know the place as opposed to just boom, 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 moving. So I don't know how I feel about that. I think there's a time and a place for both fast travel and a slower paced travel, but I'm glad that that's what I chose to do for Morocco. I feel like I wouldn't have fully appreciated it if I had only spent 3 days there, but I also feel like that could be said for every place I've spent only 3 days. So overall, fantastic trip, but I'm excited to shower all this grime off of me.